party's elections. Sheikh Hasina, also known by her married name Sheikh Hasina Wazd, is a Bangladeshi politician serving as the 10th Prime Minister of Bangladesh, having held the office since January 2009. Having previously served as Prime Minister for 5 years, she is the longest-serving Prime Minister in the history of Bangladesh. Hasina is the daughter of Bangladesh's first president and founding father Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, the eldest of his 5 children. Her political career has spanned more than 4 decades. She previously served as opposition leader from 1986 to 1990 and 1991 to 1995, then as Prime Minister from 1996 to 2001. She has been leading the Bangladesh Awami League since 1981. In 2008, she returned as Prime Minister with a landslide victory. In January 2014, she became Prime Minister for a third term in an unopposed election, as it was boycotted by the opposition and criticized by international observers. She won a fourth term in December 2018, following an election marred with violence and criticized by the opposition as being rigged. Hasina is considered one of the most powerful women in the world, ranking 39th on Forbes magazine list of the world's 100 most powerful women in 2020, 26th in 2018, and 30th in 2017. She has also made a list of top 100 global thinkers of the present decade. Hasina is a member of the Council of Women World Leaders, an international network of current and former female presidents and prime ministers. Sheikh Hasina was included in Time magazine's 100 most influential people in the world of 2018. Under her tenure as Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Bangladesh has experienced democratic backsliding. Sheikh Hasina was born in Tungipara, East Pakistan on 28 September 1947. Her father was Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, the father of the Bengali nation, and the first president of Bangladesh. Her mother was Sheikh Fazilatunessa Mujib. She has said in many interviews that she had grown up in fear due to her father's political works. She married physicist M.E. Wazd Mir in 1968, who was chosen for her by her father. During the peak of violence in the 1970 Pakistani general election, as well as her father's arrest, she had lived in refuge with her grandmother. She was active in the student politics of the University of Dhaka. Hasina was not in Bangladesh when her father, and most of her family, were assassinated on 15 August 1975 during a military coup d'etat by members of the Bangladesh army. She was in West Germany where her husband, M.E. Wazd Mir, was working as a nuclear physicist. She moved to Delhi in late 1975 and was provided asylum by India. Her son, Sajib Wazd Joy, studied at Indian boarding schools. During her time in India, Hasina was not involved in politics, but became close friends with Suvara Mukherjee, wife of the future Indian President Pranab Mukherjee. Hasina was not allowed to return to Bangladesh until after she was elected to lead the Awami League party on 16 February 1981, and arrived home on 17 May 1981. She is the aunt of British MP Tulip Siddiq. While living in self-exile in India, Hasina was elected president of the Bangladesh Awami League in 1981. The AL has been described as a left-of-center party. Under martial law, Hasina was in and out of detention throughout the 1980s. In 1984, she was put under house arrest in February and again in November. In March 1985, she was put under house arrest for another 3 months. Her party, along with the Bangladesh Nationalist Party under Khalida Zia, continued to work to restore democratically elected government, which they achieved by the democratic election in 1991, won by the BNP. Hasina and AL participated in the 1986 Bangladeshi general election held under President Hussein Mohammad Ershad. She served as the leader of the parliamentary opposition in 1986-1987. She led an 8-party alliance as opposition against Ershad. Hasina's decision to take part in the election had been criticized by her opponents. Since the election was held under martial law, and the other main opposition group boycotted the poll, However, her supporters maintained that she used the platform effectively to challenge Urshid's rule. Urshid dissolved the parliament in December 1987 when Hasina and her Awami League resigned in an attempt to call for a fresh general election to be held under a neutral government. During November and December in 1987, a mass uprising happened in Dhaka and several people were killed, including Noor Hussain, a Hasina supporter. After several years of autocratic rule, widespread protests and strikes had paralyzed the economy. Government officers refused to follow orders and resigned. Members of the Bangladesh Rifles laid down their weapons instead of firing on protesters, and curfew was openly violated. Hasina worked with Khalida Zia in organizing opposition to Urshid. A huge mass protest in December 1990 ousted Urshid from power when he resigned in favor of his vice president, Justice Shah.